This is a look at Access Control Manager and the user interface inside of it. First thing you're going to want to do is log in with your username and password. And then we'll go left to right here and just take a look at all these tabs and what's under them. First one you have is the Monitor tab, and this has all the different functions where you can see what's going on inside of Access Control Manager. First one is events, so if you have events coming into the system, door swipes, card swipes, users logging in, stuff like that, you would find right there. You can also set up specific alarms in ACM, so if you want to know certain doors and you care about a particular set of doors or a dozen doors, you can set up an alarm for those doors and just go directly to that tab. And then our dashboard section just takes a look at all the different points that are in ACM. You can look at panels, you can look at doors, you can look at inputs, outputs, things of that nature. We also have a map section where you can create a map, and then you can create little buttons on that map to activate certain functions. So what you could do is you can create a lockdown scenario. You can create a button to unlock a door. You can create a button to pull up a camera. And then you have the intrusion status there if you do have a alarm integration with an intrusion system. Then we have our identity section, and that's where you're going to add and delete people from the system. You can also restrict their access, modify their access, and you can also create profiles. So if you have a particular group of people who are always using certain doors, you can create a profile for them. Let's call them contractors. And you can create that so they have all the specific doors that they'll need on any given point. Reports, you can run reports on the system, see who badged in at a door at a certain time. You can create custom reports. If there's a report you run often, you can create it and you can save it so that you don't have to modify the parameters each time. Physical access is where a lot of the door configuration is created. You'll see here you have the option for doors. You can create templates. The templates are for wiring. So if you have all your doors wired the same way, you create a wiring template for it. And same thing with the doors. If all the doors are configured the same way, you can go ahead and create a template, and then you just deploy those templates as you're rolling the system out. It makes the setup a breeze to push out there. You have also your panels here. You can create areas in the system. You can change your end-of-line resistance. You have your card formats, or you can create events in there. And then you also have your global actions and linkages. And what global actions and linkages are in ACM is basically a series of events. So if you want to unlock a specific door, that would be considered a global action. If you wanted to unlock a door and send an email letting somebody know, hey, this door's been unlocked, that would be considered a global linkage because it's multiple global actions tied together. Roles in ACM are how you assign privileges to the end user. All your identities will have a role assigned to them. Inside that role is an access group, and an access group is a series of doors or a single door tied to a schedule. And you can see here you do have your schedules there. We also have groups and policies, and there's also the option for elevator access if you do need to do that. And if you go over the side, we have a help button right here. If you click the help button, it'll actually bring you to the help section for the page that you're on at the current time that you click on it. So it's a really helpful function inside of ACM. Then under setup and settings, we have our appliance configuration, and we also have our collaboration section. So if you wanted to export some data into an XML or import some information, you can do that all through the collaboration section. That's typically used for LDAP integration. So if you're doing an Active Directory or something like that, you would configure that all through that section. Then, as we discussed earlier, there's your schedules. You can create holidays. And there's a couple different options here for system settings and things of that nature. You also have a My Account option where you can go in and you can actually customize this. So whenever you log into ACM, it brings you to a specific page. And that's just a general broad overview of what the ACM Access Control Manager software looks like at a glance.